How I Met Your Mother is packed with heartwarming moments, gut-busting comedy, and one of the most divisive endings in TV history. But what if I told you there's a theory floating around the internet that completely redefines the way we see the show, and it's absolutely legendary? Buckle up, HIMYM fans, because we're diving into one of the wildest fan theories yet. Barney Stinson isn't actually the womanizer we think he is. We all know Barney Stinson as the ultimate playboy, a suit-wearing, laser-tag-playing, catchphrase-spewing ladies' man. From the playbook to the bro code, Barney's antics are larger than life. But here's where the theory comes in. What if Ted Mosby, our lovable but very unreliable narrator, exaggerated Barney's behavior to make himself look better to his kids? Let's face it, Ted tells us early on that he's not great at remembering details. He messes up names, dates, and even swaps entire characters in his stories. So, could Barney's wild ways be one big exaggeration? Let's start with what we know about Barney beyond the suits and the catchphrases. Throughout the series, we see glimpses of the real Barney, vulnerable, caring, and capable of genuine love. Remember when he burned the playbook to propose to Robin? Or when he held his newborn daughter for the first time and declared, "You are the love of my life"? These moments suggest there's much more to Barney than Ted's stories let on. And here's the kicker. Ted admits he changes details to make his stories more entertaining for his kids. He even says, "Sometimes I've forgotten names, places, or events, but I remember how they made me feel." So, what if Ted turned Barney into this cartoonishly ridiculous playboy to make his own mistakes seem smaller? If Barney's running around pulling off crazy plays, Ted can justify some of his own bad decisions. Now, let's talk about Robin. Ted spends almost the entire series pining for her, even when she's clearly better suited for Barney. By exaggerating Barney's behavior, Ted might have been trying to paint Robin's relationship with him as doomed from the start. After all, if Barney's just a womanizing commitment phobe, how could Robin ever find true happiness with him? But the reality is, Barney grows up. He evolves. He loves Robin in a way that feels real and raw. If this theory is true, it completely shifts how we see the show. Barney isn't just comic relief, he's Ted's scapegoat. And Ted, he's not just the awkward romantic hero. He's a guy spinning his own narrative, trying to make his life choices seem more justified to his kids. This theory also reframes the ending, where Ted goes back to Robin after the mother's death. If Barney wasn't as bad as Ted made him out to be, then maybe Robin's decision to let him go wasn't about Barney's flaws. It was about Ted needing to get his happy ending. Of course, there's an argument against this theory. Some of Barney's stunts are so outrageous, it's hard to imagine anyone making them up. Like, would Ted really create something as insane as the Naked Man or the Lorenzo von Matterhorn? Maybe Barney really was this wild. And maybe that's why we love him. But it's fun to imagine a world where Barney was just a little misunderstood. At its core, How I Met Your Mother is about storytelling. The messy, imperfect, unreliable kind. Whether this theory is true or not, it reminds us that every story is shaped by the person telling it. Ted's version of Barney might be exaggerated, but it's also a reflection of how complicated and flawed their friendship really was. And maybe that's what makes the show so relatable. Nobody's perfect, but we all play a role in each other's stories. So, what do you think? Was Barney Stinson really the over-the-top playboy Ted described, or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow HIMYM fans. Until next time, stay legendary.